I'm on University of Arizona's campus right now. I've lived in Tucson for 3 years, but I've never made a campus tour video of U of A. Before I move forward in the video, I do want to tell you there's a program called Graduate School of 100 which helps you apply to these universities and even apply for some of the scholarships available. If you want to apply for University of Arizona, UCD, University of Oregon and multiple other colleges like that, I'm going to leave that link in the description. You can schedule a call. It's completely free. Let's just continue with the video. Today is the day. Today I'm going to be making one of those videos. A fun fact about where University of Arizona is situated. It's in Tucson. Tucson is one of the 2 big cities in Arizona. Phoenix is, of course, the first one. Tucson also gets 350 days of sunlight, so that means it's really sunny almost all year long. And we get high temperatures over 120 degrees Fahrenheit sometimes during the summers, but right now the weather is awesome. It's a 70-degree day and it's sunny, and I'm sitting at U of A's campus right now, and it's just beautiful out. I'm going to be showing you University of Arizona with a friend of mine named Gaurav. Let me take you to him. Gaurav, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi there. So my name is Gaurav, and I'm from India, from Jaipur, and I'm a student over here from 2018. I've completed my master's here. I'm almost done with my PhD over here. I'm a 4th-year PhD student in artificial intelligence and statistics, mainly in natural language processing and computer vision for large language models. So yeah, this is my university, and let's get a quick tour of it. Okay, so this is the old main, and you can say that it is the oldest building over here. It is the first building of University of Arizona. So it is kind of like a centerpiece. Now it has some offices. I don't think so there are any classes over here, but mainly it's for the, it's kind of a landmark. So it starts from here. You come from there and it starts the main university, the center place of the university. It starts from here, from the old main.
This is the Centennial Hall. This is, so as to say, the theater of University of Arizona. There's a lot of Broadway shows which happens here. Last year, Simran and I came here to watch a Harry Potter orchestra show. It's right at the starting of the U of A. So we're gonna go watch around where the entry of U of A is.
Right now, we are at the University Boulevard. It is just next to the university and the closest market that you can get. It has everything, almost what you need. Like it has some clubs, really good pub, really good sports bar. Some, you can get Chipotle over here, some good drink shops, espresso and all of these things. And down the road, we have more of these hangout places, and it will gonna lead you to the downtown. This place, if you go on that side, you have graduate housing, Laldia. So this part is the south side, and where we, on the opposite of that, you have like the north side of the university. These are some graduate, these are some pretty beautiful dorms. I would say dorms are the, really good housing. If you want to live with most of the time, you can see like the bachelors, where they are living. So these are the houses one.
So most of the undergrads are living here?
Yeah, most of the undergrads and the masters.
How much is it per month?
I'm not sure exactly, but they're pretty expensive, I know that.
Let's say one bedroom is $1,200. $1,200 for one bedroom?
Yeah, around $1,000 to $1,200.
And you are like just a minute away from the campus?
Yeah, you're just living in front of the campus, most probably. Because most of the buildings, the classes happens are, I would say like 3 to 4 minutes walk from here. And they're known for their parties as well. They have really good party spaces on the rooftops,
The great thing about U of A campus is that there's a tram right here. That tram is completely free. All of the public transport in Tucson is completely free for the year 2025 as well. So if you take the tram, you can get to downtown quickly. You can get to other food places as well. The tram goes all the way through downtown, through the campus. So if you're living on campus or around campus or even like closer to downtown, it's not very difficult to get around, and public transport is free, which always helps. So that soda shop right there, that is one of my favorite soda shops. So before we get into the tour more, just wanted to tell you about the location, because a lot of people have preferences on where they want to go and study. So Tucson is among the two big cities in Arizona. Phoenix is of course the first one, then comes Tucson. Tucson is 2 hours down south from Phoenix, and if you're coming to U of A, that's Phoenix is where you will be landing. Now U of A is famous for a few programs. Of course, optics is one.
Astronomy, MIS is a pretty famous one. ECE department, electrical and computer engineering. I mean, it is famous for STEM, most of them. Mathematics is pretty famous. Nowadays, data science, data analytics. It is basically more famous for the research institutes. So it has some of the good research labs, and I would say research teams over here, specifically in optics and data science, computer science, and electrical and computer engineering. MI is famous because of their placement records.
Okay, so one more thing about MIS is there's a specific MBA plus MIS, and we'll go to the management school to talk about this as well. That program has a full scholarship. So for 2 years, you'll get a stipend, but you will not be paying any money for your tuition fees, which makes it really attractive. And companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Facebook, all of these companies hire product managers from that program. Interesting thing about University of Arizona campus is U of A's campus is one of the most green places in Tucson, hands down, because Tucson is a desert vegetation. We don't really have grass. We shouldn't have grass. And all of this greenery you see, that is not very common in Tucson.
So right now we are standing at the Harwell building. It is famous because of the fourth. It has like information science and data science department at the 4th floor, and mainly you're gonna find if you're coming over here for masters or bachelors, you're gonna find yourself coming to this building because most of the classes they somehow gonna be conducting in this particular building.
Well, this is your building, correct?
Yes, this is electrical and computer engineering.
This is your first home.
This is my master's building, and now it's my PhD building too.
So, but this is your first home, apartment is your second home.
Yes, definitely. I spent 80% of my life over here. Welcome to the PhD life. Come. Welcome to my lab. This is VSI lab, and I work with Professor Dr. Lee, so Dr. Ungju Lee. He just started his career over here, and he has completed his postdoc from University of Maryland. His main focus is in the visual simulations and large language models, especially for the medical imaging. So yeah, come. Right now it's vacation period, so no one is over here except me. Yeah, this is where I sit normally, and so there are 5 or 6 students. We all work over here, and everyone has dedicated space. That's where we usually do the group meeting or some sort of presentation. Now it depends, you can either project it or use this one if you want to present some paper or something like that. Have a podium over here. This is his seat where he usually sits. If he's not sitting in the office, you're gonna find him over here. And these are some basic facilities that are provided to us. Like, it is like common that you will gonna find in every single lab. You're gonna have a fridge, a microwave, come oven, come air fryer, and definitely the must thing for a PhD, a coffee machine. I cannot emphasize how important it is. My day starts with it. My day ends with the teas. All the tea that I have, a variety of tea and hot chocolate. A lot of whiteboards, you're gonna find it. So yeah, I like this lab. It has a conducive environment, spacious, clean, and I like my workspace.
And cold?
It's actually not cold. It's the perfect temperature. Compared to other buildings, it has a perfect temperature, so you can stay over here. Plus, this building is very secure. I mean, I stay over here in the nights most of the time, like till 2, 3 in the morning, and I never feel unsafe. So it has a good environment. Everything is very clean, neat, tidy, well managed. So yeah, this is a basic one.
Behind me is Mount Lemmon. So of course, University of Arizona is this side, and of course, this is all of U of A's campus as well. Mount Lemmon has a lot of significance for Tucson because the highest elevation of Mount Lemmon is around 11,000, 10,000 feet. It gets super cold up there. There is some snow up there as well right now, even though it's 70 down here. So it becomes a really good escape area, escape place for all of the Tucson residents during the summers when it's 100 here, and up there it's 60, 70 degrees, and you can go camp out there. And there's a bunch of very high-end telescopes on all of these mountains around. There's observatories, so they're observing planets, stars. It's all heavy space telescopes, technical stuff. My wife will be able to explain it a little bit better. Tucson is the first city in the US which got the award from UNESCO. It is the city of gastronomy because of all the American and Mexican food which we have here. It also have a bunch of Air Force bases. We are covered by mountains, so the monsoons here are amazing compared to Phoenix, where they don't really get monsoons because of the mountain ranges, which covers all around them. Tucson gets those monsoons from the south border of Mexico. We are only 3 hours away from Mexico. There's not a lot of employers in Tucson, but if you're a US citizen or who can work here, then of course Caterpillar is one, Raytheon is one. Raytheon hires around 10,000 people. It's a defense contractor which is all around the US. We have one of the biggest Air Force bases in the US as well. And there's something called Boneyard, which has around 3,500 airplanes which can be refurbished and refitted in case US ever goes to war and needs more airplanes to fight the war. Gaurav, while I have you here, let's talk about cost of living. How much is a typical apartment for a student who's sharing a 2-bedroom cost?
2-bedroom cost would be somewhere around 1,300 to 1,500.
Okay. And that's close to university?
Yeah, it's close to university.
And what is a typical student's monthly food cost?
It basically depends, but somewhere range between 150-ish to 180 max to max. 200.
Okay. And let's count in like another $150 if you're eating out a lot.
Yes. Then if you're eating out very often, then take it to 300 max to max.
Is there any public transportation cost here?
Not right now.
Okay.
After COVID, they just make it everything free.
Okay. And then what about like electricity, Wi-Fi?
So at some places, you do need to pay Wi-Fi, but at least where I am living, Wi-Fi is included, water is included, only we have to pay electricity. And if you are using, in summers, it may reach up to 80. If you are living like, 2 BHK and a couple of person are living over there, then 80 per person. Somewhere around 150 to 160 per apartment. But it depends on the uses. I mean, we are PhDs. We live most of the time in the lab. So our cost is very less compared to others. But if you are living in the home, yeah, it will gonna cost you.
And then you always have to take flights from Phoenix, is that correct? Or Tucson has an airport as well?
Tucson has airports, but there are no direct flights. So most probably it will going to be a connecting flight.
And we are talking of flights to India, correct?
Yes, you can. I mean, anyway, you can take flights from here and it will gonna take you some of the hubs, which are like nearest one, Denver and LAX. And then you can take flight from there.
Okay. And then do you recommend people having a car in Tucson?
Yes. I mean, if you're planning to live over here for a longer period of time, like us, yes, it's better to have a car over here.
So if you're a PhD student, have a car. If you're not a PhD student, then...
But if you're coming for masters, which is like 1 year or 1.5 year program, then it's fine. I mean, like Tucson is not that big, and if you're living wherever you live, either in the south or north, there will be first thing is the free transport. Second, the grocery stores are not that far. Walmart, Fry's, Safeway, so something will be there nearby, so you can get your groceries. But yeah, if you're planning to live over here for a longer period of time, I do recommend to have a car, because then you will have more flexibility and you can explore city more. So you have like more things to do if you have a car over here. Then yes, it's recommended. So right now we are at the Student Union. This is the area where you can find all the food, and it's kind of like a centerpiece over here. You have direct access from the road. It directly comes over here. Most of the time you find like, Uber and everything will gonna drop you over here. So we have Starbucks, we have all the food and relaxing area over here. You have a small little shops where you can buy some basic items like bread, milk, and simple groceries.
Let's go check it out.
Yep. So we are right now at the Student Union. This place is, it's a landmark where you can find all the food, and you have some small market out there where you can get some bread, milk, or the basic groceries. You can get it over here. And
you got Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you got Chick-fil-A, you got Panda Express, Core, Deli Meat, Papa John's, IQ Fresh, Einstein Bro, Starbucks, Saffron Bites, all kind of restaurants. And you can see like this place is pretty big, so people usually come over here, they grab a tea, coffee, sit and work. And there are just out there are some bookstores. And this place is actually kind of a landmark, and you can say like it's the center of the university.
I'm going to assume if students are coming here and relaxing after their classes, after they're done with their exams, if they're just hanging out with their classmates, colleagues, they don't want to go to library, this is where they would end up at. So yeah, amazing. Plus, a lot of things are closed because this is the first week of January.
Yeah, this is the first week, so still vacation is going on. And you can see like over there, they provided some basic facilities like microwave and everything. So if you get your own food, you can just warm it up and have it. And we are on the second floor. So on the first floor, you have some offices, but on the third floor, fourth floor, there are more restaurants. And outside, there's new restaurant called Craft and Crew. So there are many restaurants where you can actually get something to drink, something to, Italian food and all of those. So different cuisines you can find over here. Some Mexican
But it's more
cuisine.
expensive than
It's
usual.
expensive, yeah. It's a little expensive.
Just because it's on the campus.
It's on the campus. It's a little expensive, but I mean, it saves time because you don't want to go out and just grab everything. So it will just gonna cost you $1 more, but that's fine. It saves your time.
All right, let's look at the library now.
So this place is Bear Down Gymnasium. It used to be a gymnasium, but nowadays it's like more like open space for career fair and some sort of event, small activity, get together kind of stuff. This place nowadays like used for study, but I really love this place because it's always very quiet. The temperature is good. You have some offices over there, and this building is just next to the main library and science library. So you can find most of the time students are sitting all around the place doing some assignments. And there are some other things like, writing center and some student activity center on the second floor. And over there you have some, and most of the time on Mondays you get some pets and everything. So this is the main library. At U of A, we had 3 main libraries. So one is the main campus library, another one is health and science library, and the third one is science and engineering library. Right now it's vacation, so you cannot see that many people, but most of the time it's always full. And they have like all the facilities in there. You have 5 floors. Whatever you want, you can get it over there. And they have like all the things, you can borrow technology, you can borrow other stuff, you can borrow some books and everything. So this place, I usually come a lot over here It's the best place to study. If whenever you don't want to stay in your lab, this is the second place where you're gonna find me.
The big thing about UFA is that the optical programs are so famous. There's a lot of professors, a lot of research faculties who has helped NASA, SpaceX, what was
JPL.
JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab, all of these big companies, big government-funded agencies have projects ongoing right now at UFA in these buildings, and that's why if you're working in any of these fields, you need multiple clearances, multiple security clearances, background checks by the federal government, and that's why it becomes a little bit more difficult to even get a job in companies like this or even get into these departments. Here we are at LR School of Management. LR School of Management is one of the more famous universities for programs like MIS. MBA is still growing. They have a really good program, which is a 2-year combined program of MBA and MIS. They have amazing record of placement. Even though Tucson doesn't hire a lot of people from LR, especially the international students, but the MIS plus MBA programs gets hired at companies like Amazon, Microsoft, all of the big tech companies as product manager, as data analyst, and other positions in these companies. We'll go check it out inside.
Because इनका tie-up है with they have a tie-up with like Microsoft or something like that. Because I know that Microsoft used to sponsor them for GHC, Grace Hopper Conference and all of those. And they have a pretty good program because they somehow train their students, carve them in a very well way. They know how to make them to present themselves. So that's why they have a pretty good reputation when it comes to recruitments, job recruitments. And I know a lot of my friends are very well placed and they're doing amazing in their career. Mostly working in Amazon, Microsoft, all these big finance companies in New York. So I mean, it's a good college if you get an admission over here. And plus the program is very fast. It doesn't take that long time. It's just 1.5 years. And if it's business analytics, I think it's 1 year. And MBA plus MIS, it's again, pretty good one. Right behind me, we have the famous Arizona football stadium. And just next to it, there's a basketball stadium. And we have 2 gyms, or basically like recreational centers. One is the North Recreational Center, another one is the South Rec Center. South Rec Center is pretty big. We have like all the facilities that you can think of, like literally swimming and pretty big swimming pool, squash, tennis, lawn tennis, pickleball, whatever it is. So it's a good place to spend your weekends, do some exercise and enjoy.
Thanks for watching the UFA tour. I hope you liked it. Thanks to Gaurav for giving us a tour, and I hope you like it. There's a lot of things here. Right now the campus looks empty because of course this is the first week of January. Students haven't come in yet. They'll be coming by the 6th. But if you want to know more, I'm gonna leave the comments open. Comment down below what questions about UFA you have, and then I'm gonna ask Gaurav to respond to all of those.
Sure, would love to. Thanks. Bye-bye. Peace out.